streamed or the replay or live with us here, you're welcome to ask questions if you're live. So when we talk about finding the crave, this is what I really want you to think about is you're an entrepreneur and your job is to grow your visibility and your credibility. And as you do that, your profitability is going to grow. And as you do that, you'll become more of a thought leader. And that allows you to do the work you're passionate about, get more results from it, and make a greater impact. So if you're about making a greater impact and a better, bigger difference in the world, then you're in the right place. Because my work over the last 2 decades has been to help entrepreneurs thrive and change lives. And if your mission is that of helping people, then my mission is to ensure that that happens. My passion is to fuel yours. I dedicated my book to you, the small business owner. It's called Social Media Myths Busted, the Small Business Guide to Online Revenue. And why did I dedicate it to the small business owner? Because the small business owner, the entrepreneur, the ones who are making a difference are changing the world. It's not the large corporations that are all about bottom line profits and bringing you the latest thing you don't need, or maybe you do need. But change in the world happens one individual at a time, one entrepreneur making a difference in a bigger way at a time. I'm a certified master leadership coach. We founded the Social Buzz Club in 2011, and I have a boutique marketing agency called Transform Today. So I'm passionate about entrepreneurs rocking it in the world. And social media is a great place to be, as you know, right? It is the place where people are hanging out. There are 420 billion people on social media, and that's as of 2020. So it's probably more by now. And they, on average, spend about 2.5 hours on their site. So I don't know where else you can go and find people in your market 24/7 hanging out without having to pay. I mean, you can certainly pay to have more exposure to them, but if you want to know about organic reach and credibility and visibility and growing your business, then that's what I'm talking about today. So what if, I have a question for you, what if you could use social media to make that bigger impact? Are you craving that? Do you like, how do I leverage this? You've been gifted with some special gifts, talents, skills. You've used your creativity to transform lives. You spent a lot of time doing this. You should have the reward and the impact you want. And so if you have something that makes a difference and you want to make a bigger difference with it, then you're in the right place. Because imagine being able to make a greater impact with the people in your market, with your work, with your services, with your products, with your events, with your experiences, with your skills. Even if you don't like being in the spotlight, social media can work for you. And here's why it's beautiful for someone who's more of an introvert. It's because you can highlight other people and still grow your credibility and your influence. And it's by knowing how to highlight other people and do that. So I'm going to give you a little formula today. I'm calling it my find the crave and get the rave. So it's my model for building influence and growing your impact. And there are people right now who are praying for your message, your tools, your insights, your service, your healings, your skills, your learnings, your wisdom, and your experiences. And by finding the crave that they are craving, you will get that rave. You will make that impact. And by the way, if you are like, yes, tell me more, I just did that with you. I found your crave. So today we're going to go on a journey of how do you find your market's crave, right? So I like to call it social serving. You may have heard of it called social selling, but nobody likes the S word, the selling S word. And it's really about when you think about getting your work out there to more people, you need to have a service mindset, a serving mindset. And that is this social serving paradigm is the practice of using social media to develop meaningful relationships with your market, to stay top of mind so that when they do have that need, you're the natural first point of contact that they think of, and it's also how you nurture your prospects. So they identify you as that solution. And what that means is you need a system that demonstrates that you know them, you hear them, you get them, you understand their frustrations, you know what the reality of their life is, and you create that genuine and intention for a long-term connection. So they want to listen. And in order to do that online, the best way to do that is to have a content arsenal with the right messaging, and then you need to use it in the right way. So here goes. My model starts with this picture. You want to set up your success lane, okay, to engage more. And how you do that is you have really strong shoulders of the road. And on your left shoulder here, you see your market. And what that means is you know your market intimately and you get their crave. And I'm going to give you a little acronym of how to find the crave and what that is. And once you know them that intimately, and you can develop the content on the other shoulder. And whether that's your blogs, your landing pages, your podcasts, and from the content, you have a funnel that nurtures them through to the point where they buy from you, okay? Or they leave your funnel, and that's perfectly okay. Your funnel needs to, and your content needs to weed out people who are not correct and attract those who are the right fit for you. And in the middle here, down this super beautiful highway, you can speed down it if you have your shoulders intact, and it's going to keep you on the road. And that is where you engage them. It's the stuff you do to connect with them, whether it's you're speaking on stages, virtual or in person, live streams, whether it's your blog that you share out through a direct message or a conversation, or through an ad, or posting on social media, whether it's commenting on somebody else's post. This is where you're going to engage on the road and speed into their hearts and help them. So just think about, if you go to a networking event, what makes good use of your time? It's when you talk to someone, right? That's the engagement. If you're interested in them, it makes it exciting because they have had the opportunity to give you an insight into them. And everybody likes to talk about themselves. They've broadened your world. You've also broadened their world a little bit by listening. And if you're the one doing the least talking, that's good. But then you don't need to sell because you're serving. You might have offered a resource that's in that right-hand shoulder. You listened to them, you identified them as having a specific need or a crave, and then you can say, you know what, you might like this piece of content that I have. Can I send it to you? And then you email it to them, or you message it to them, or you text it to them, whatever it is. It's not about getting them, but it's about knowing that you understand them. So you can only find the crave and know what content to share with them if you're listening. And then you can give them that gift of that piece of content, and they get a great experience of generosity. And there's a whole energy of abundance that comes in, and possibility. And then they take action. So what is this crave, you might be saying? How do I find it? Well, I have an acronym that you might want to consider thinking about with regard to your ideal prospects, your buyers, really, the people who are going to buy from you, is understand what challenge they have in their life, the challenges to their succeeding in the area that you help them in. Okay. If you're in health and wellness and they're overweight, well, that's their challenge, and they can't control their eating, and whatever is the challenges, they don't like being overweight. The reality that they live in is they're sluggish. They don't have energy. They have kids. They have burdens. They have stressors. What is that reality is the R. And then let's talk about the A, appeal. What do they love and find appealing? Do they love watching YouTube videos? Do they love taking baths? And do they love helping people too? What is it that they love? Do they love their kids and family? You need to know this because you can weave this stuff into your content, right? And then what is their vision? what transformation they want in the area that you can help them, right? If you're in health and wellness, they want to feel good in their body. They want to feel good about themselves. They want to have a better self-esteem. They want to look good. Okay. So know their vision and then engage. Know what they engage with, not you engage with them. You're going to have to do that, but that's not part of finding out what the crave is. But you want to create an extraordinary experience with them. So you need to know where they push buttons and participate. Do they love virtual or podcast or Clubhouse, or what is it? Find out where they're engaging, and then you can go there with your content. And before you go there with your content, you take what you've learned from this Crave acronym and you put it into your content. So I want to give you a demonstration of what transforming your content might look like. So first of all, it's here's Jackie. She's a coach, and this website is she worked a lot. It's beautiful, but I'm not sure it really speaks to you. Does this headline make you want to learn more, or does it sound generic? New thinking for new results. Live the life you were meant to live. It's kind of nice, you know. She spent a lot of time developing her brand and her site, but she's really gotten no results, and she's wondering why. And she's sharing great stuff, but it's not landing. So after talking with Jackie, we shifted the paradigm. But but between right now, do your own poll here. Say, she's speaking. Is this website speaking to you right now? Is it definitely making you want to read more and click more buttons here? Or it looks nice, but I'm not sure why I would click buttons. Okay. So think about if you're a 1 or a 2 right now. And when I've done this in the past, most people are 2s. And so after talking to Jackie about her experience that she offers, the skills she has, the experience she offers, the results she gets for people, what are these results anyway? What are the new results? Are they good? Are they bad? I don't know. And does her market really want new thinking? Not really, right? Her market wants something else. So, and I want to let you know that you have to figure that out through the crave. And the whole point of finding the crave is they can't hear you if you're not listening. Okay. If she's singing or shouting, you can have new results, have new thinking. You can have the life you're meant to live, but they're really not like, that's not what I'm thinking. That just like, that hurts my ears kind of thing. And what this is representing, are you throwing out content that they don't care about? And the problem is we're not listening enough. So once I listened to her about what she does and what her clientele wants, I was able to come up with more of, and this was just after 10 minutes. This is not her final branding, but I made the suggestion. What about something like, you can lead your dynamic life of life, ease and abundance and joy. It awaits you, and your frustration now, and breakthrough. Get my breakthrough roadmap. Learn how. Click here. So that this is a little bit more compelling, as you can see, to someone who might want to take action. And there's actually a button to take action now. And she can get in touch and start that long-term relationship. So the other thing is, I also like to say, it's great to have your picture on your homepage, but people want to see if they relate to themselves, and you're going to be this like icon, but maybe you should put pictures of your target market on there so they see that other people are getting results of what they want. So if they're a savvy, adventurous woman, for example, you might have somebody looking up who's a woman, stylish, and then have the messaging there. And you can have your picture down on the page a little bit further, or in your logo or something. So you want to take a stand for them. Like this page is saying, I stand for your dynamic life. I'm not standing for me and my content. I'm standing for you and your dynamic life, ending your frustrations, having more joy, and really taking a stand for your people in a way that from their crave. What do they want? They want more joy. They're feeling lifeless. In fact, what you think is not usually what you think they crave is not what they think they crave. You think you know what they want, but is it their words? And if it's not their words, you have to put it into the words that what they are longing for. And that will create emotionally engaging experiences. We all live for this. It's that moment of new awareness and possibility when hope arises. And when you create that in another person, you've deepened the relationship. They want more of you. They're emotionally engaged. And guess what? They take action. They become a fan. They give you comments. They ask you questions. They download your books. They give you their emails. They attend your live streams. They watch, they listen in on Clubhouse, whatever, or they become, and eventually they become a client. So social media allows you to do all that. It's like networking on steroids and it's strategic. So I want to give you an example. How would this translate online? So for example, I have a client who works with highly sensitive holistic practitioners, and I suggested she create a Facebook group for them because one thing they're craving is a safe space. People who are sensitive need safety. That's like a high value, right? And if they don't, they're in overload. Their nervous systems are too crazy. So they're either in overload and they need to calm it down, and they need a safe space to connect with others and get the ability to come down and get the support and inspiration to continue to do their work, to know they're not doomed, like they're not this strange person, they're actually have a gift. So I said, create a content arsenal, right? We talked about that right hand, this market on the left, create that content arsenal of things you can ask them, have and wisdom you can provide to them, and have them self-identify because they need to have that emotional experience. So maybe a quiz, and you can put this in the group, or before they get to the group, you invite them to take this assessment or a quiz of how sensitive are you, right? And then based upon the answer of the quiz, you invite them to either a session, the group, or just keep them on your list. And then you have a very targeted list. You know who you can engage more deeply with and who is still on the fence or may not be as sensitive as the people you work with. So this gets you to engage with them very specifically, and it gives them a very personalized experience. And you're going to get the rave for this, right? In fact, here's, and you can use quotes and things. Quotes can work too. Dr. Roberta Shaler is what I call the beacon of light and hope and strength for those in relationships with relentlessly difficult people. She calls them hijackals. Shout out to Roberta, Dr. Roberta Shaler for relationshiphelp.com. She's your navigator through challenging relationship dynamics. So she puts this out. Sometimes you get the best light from burning a bridge, and that's pretty like shocking, but it's emotionally engaging too, and it gives permission. She's talking about the hard things, so you need to find a way to connect to the emotions that people are feeling and engage them and provide an experience that connects them to possibility. So this is like, can you have the strength to burn a bridge? And that's what she's offering. That's her message. That's her stand. She said, you can put up with this, you can have strategies with this and take a stand within that, or you can burn the bridge, and she'll help you do that. And this is just one of her messages. And you can see it got a lot of likes. She boosted it for like $20 and got a lot of likes, a lot of shares, and a lot of comments. So if you're not getting the engagement you want, you haven't gotten your audience yet. You haven't found that crave. And it will just come across as spaghetti, throwing out content and getting no results. So fill the crave in any way you can that makes sense, that is really filling that crave, right? So don't just create any content. You want to create binge-worthy content. You want to create the content like blogs and LinkedIn articles, videos, podcasts, images, infographics, email series. Everything you do must fill the crave. You can contribute to conversations in other people's groups, but don't be opportunistic. It's about serving. Remember, we call this social serving. So whatever you do must be about serving, not selling. Okay. Otherwise you're slimy, and we don't do slimy marketing. So you can curate other people's content. That's a great way. Remember I said, if you're an introvert, you can highlight other people. Well, if you find something online that is similar to your message and or re-emphasizes something, it could be a news article, it can be another thought leader, and you add your commentary to it and say, this is exactly what people need to be doing, or exactly what people need to not be doing. You can do opposition as well and ask for thoughts. And curating other people's viral content makes you a great resource too. You're the go-to one-stop shop for everything that you're magical about, that you help people with. If you help people with storytelling and video marketing, and you curate all kinds of content on storytelling from great marketers who teach storytelling, then they don't have to go to that marketer. They come to you to read it, to know that you have the top of the line content. So the final idea here for filling the crave is to crowdsource. You don't have to come up with all the ideas of what will fill the crave. Why don't you ask them? So you could do something like this on your social media, in LinkedIn, on a group that you have permission to add to. Now, what should my next book be about? I can't decide which topic to write about. What would you read? And then you give them 2 or 3, and you could put an other in there as well. You could do something fun like I saw this the other day. It was like brownies. Are you a corner or an edge person or a middle person of the piece of the brownies? And I thought that was great. It started conversation. I actually said, have you seen the new pans that are like S curved and every piece is an edge? Got to go edge all the way. And so by just contributing to somebody else's, and this would be back up on the contribute to conversations, and you can get others to contribute to yours by doing something like that. I got visibility, right? And they got visibility. So it's a win-win on social media, which I just love that whole process. That's a whole nother talk. So what we've talked about is consistently engaging people at the level of their crave, and you will get the rave, especially if you amplify that rave and through collaboration. So you want to take your experiences with your clients and your colleagues and turn them into engagement opportunities. So here at Social Buzz Club, we have a collaboration system. I call it an influencer marketing system that allows you to share other people's content and have other people share your content. So now you have this crave-worthy content. Why not have people share it for you? Okay. And that is the brilliance of having a network of people who can support each other, is like I like to say. So I'm actually going to go into the Social Buzz Club right now and give you a demo, because once you log in, and you can't see this unless you're a member, and today we have a very special offer for you, but here are the people who would like to have their content shared, right? And so there is master yourself, elevate your effectiveness. There's personal growth, white, and professional growth. And here is how to strengthen your speaking muscle. Great. If I want to tweet this out for her, I can tweet it to any of my social media channels. I can put it out on Social Buzz Club right now. And she's got great articles, Arvi does. I can also share it to LinkedIn in the same moment. And boom, it is shared right now. Although my LinkedIn is disconnected, I have to reconnect it. So I will reconnect it. It takes 2 seconds. But each time I share it, I get a credit. And up here in the upper right corner, I have 32,241 credits. And I just shared it to my Twitter. So I should get a second credit there. Another, yeah. And why do I need credits? Because in order for me to submit my own content, I need to have 5 credits. And obviously I have more than 5, but it's as easy as this. If you put in, if anybody has a blog here and you want to put it in the chat, put a link to it. I'll show you how easy it is. But basically, if I have here's an insurance guy, and he's got how to get a life insurance policy article right here. I can take his link and I can submit it, as if it was me, right? I would probably use my 5 points for myself, not for somebody else, but I'm just demoing it for you. And it will bring in, actually, let me take his about page because it has a picture on it. Just to demo. I won't leave it in here probably. So we submit the buzz. I'm putting in a new page, and it's going out to that, and it brought in the photo, it brought in the first sentence, and I can say this is about insurance, this is about protecting family, and this is for health, fitness, wellness. It could kind of fall into, investments, finance. Okay, so we got a couple of categories, and then it brings in the first sentence for the tweet, but I can change it. I can say, consider protecting your family with great life insurance. Here's why you need an independent agent, right? And that would be the tweet. And I could use his, I don't know what his Arvind Nadir, if that is his Twitter account, right? His Twitter username, and then he'll get a mention out of anybody who does it. I could do the same thing here, replace it and add to the Facebook. And then in step 3, I can say when I want this available and add it to the feed, and voila, it is here on the Buzz Now page for other people to share. I cannot share my own content that I've submitted. So that is the submitting and sharing. And it's that easy to get people, because everybody's in here sharing each other's content. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to put their content in here. So that's just a little bit about the Social Buzz Club, and I highly recommend. And if you don't have time to do that, we'll do it for you for only $30 a month, plus your membership, which is $297 a year. And today, if you go to socialbuzzpremium.com, I will give you 1 month of my virtual assistant free. Okay, so but you have to email me at laura@socialbuzzclub.com that you got the annual plan, and you just go to socialbuzzpremium.com, and let me put that on the slide for you so you can see that. Socialbuzzpremium.com is where you would go for this. So let's get the Rave here. Social Buzz Premium.com. I should love how we can edit on the fly. And that is where you'll go to get the annual subscription, and a free month of our virtual assistant free. Yep, I don't know where else you can get a free assistant for a month and a year subscription for $297. Do it today. That's only today. You'll get the virtual assistant for the month, and it's only to do the buzz. By the way, that's her specialty. That's what she does. So let's just review what we've talked about today, and that is is the whole influencer marketing system, or how to find the Crave system model. And you know what the Crave is. So you find that Crave, you fill that Crave, you engage the Crave, and then you amplify it and get the Rave. So you've gotten the Rave. I'm sure you'll get the Rave, and you'll amplify that Rave as well. So I call this the social selling or the social serving cycle. And you must be able to get that Crave. So I really encourage you to do good out there with your work and find that Crave. It will serve you so well when you do. And do good out there, people, because I appreciate you. I know that when you bring within you out into the world, miracles will happen, and you will get the Rave and create positive change in the world. So please feel free to stay in touch with me at Laura at Transform Today, or Laura at socialbuzzclub.com. If you get that package today at Social Buzz Premium, then I will honor the virtual assistant. So that's socialbuzzpremium.com, and it's Laura at socialbuzzclub.com if you want the VA after you've signed up at Social Buzz Premium. So I'm excited that you all joined me here today. You're watching the replay or you're watching on the live stream. Thank you. Thank you. We'll see you on the Buzz Club. I can't wait to get your crave-worthy and binge-worthy content buzzed out and build your business with you. Thanks so much. Bye now.